The Limitation Act 1980 58(1) is a British Act of Parliament applicable only to England and Wales. It is a statute of limitations which provides timescales within which action may be taken by issuing a claim form for breaches of the law. For example, it provides that breaches of an ordinary contract are actionable for 6 years after the event too, whereas breaches of a deed are actionable for 12 years after the event. 3. In most cases, after the expiry of the time period specified in the Act, the remedies available for breaches are extinguished and no action may be taken in the courts in respect of those breaches. Summary of time limits. The ordinary time limits allowed by the Act are set out below. These limits may, in some cases, be extended or altered. Most of the time limits run from the day after the accrual of action, which is the earliest time at which an action could be brought. For if the potential claimant was not at least 18 or did not have a sound mind at the time of the accrual of action, time will not run until he is at least 18 and has sound mind. 5. Where there has been fraud or concealment, or the action is for relief from the consequences of a mistake, time will not run until the fraud, concealment or mistake is discovered or could with reasonable diligence be discovered. 6. Ordinarily applicable limitation periods for common types of claim. High type of claim. General limitation period. Trust's fraudulent breach of trust, no limit. 7. Recovery of trust property and breach of trust, 6 years. 8. Land recovery of land, 12 years. 9. Recovery of money secured by a mortgage, 12 years. 10. Recovery of arrears of rent and consequential damages, 6 years. 11. Contract specialty, 12 years. 3. Simple contract, 6 years. 2. Statute sum recoverable by virtue of statute, 6 years. 12. Tort and personal injury. Tort general rule, 6 years. 13. Personal injury, 3 years. 14. Fatal accidents Act 1976 claims, 3 years. 15. Consumer Protection Act 1987 claims for personal injury or property damage, 3 years. 16. Conversion of goods, 6 years from first conversion. Claims for personal injury, death or damage against ships or owners, 2 years. 17. Defamation and malicious falsehood, 1 year. 18. Contribution under the Civil Liability Contribution Act 1978, 2 years. 19. Contribution under the Maritime Conventions Act 1911, January year. 20. Human Rights Act 1998 claim against a public authority, 1 year. 21.